As a GEPF member, you're facing a critical decision, whether to retire or resign. This choice is not only life-changing, but it's also irreversible. The stakes are high, and the fear of making the wrong decision can be overwhelming. Now, you need a financial advisor, right? You need someone who will look at your situation objectively and help you decide whether you should retire or resign. You need someone who knows about tax laws, investing, as well as GEPF matters. But how can you be sure that a financial advisor is truly trying to provide you with the best advice? See, unfortunately, there are numerous cases where members have lost significant amounts of money due to poor advice. This raises the question, how can you tell if a financial advisor is genuinely interested in helping you, having your best interests at heart, or simply trying to sell you something? Now, the main challenge here is establishing trust. And let's face it, in financial services, it is not tangible. You cannot see it, touch it, or taste it. It's not like buying a car where you immediately can spot a crack in the front windshield and ask for a replacement. With financial advice, you only get to find out later. And by that time, you may have already lost money. So what can you do to protect yourself? In this video, I will share 5 secrets, and it's really simple. And once you know these secrets, you will be protected. You'll be able to navigate the complexities of retirement and resignation with confidence. Now let's dive in and uncover these 5 valuable secrets. Now, to make it easy for you, I've created this in a simple way, right? What are you aiming to achieve here? You're aiming to achieve trust. So you're looking for a system that will allow you to have trust, right? You want to know that the advisor that you're dealing with is someone that you can trust. You want to know that this is someone who can help you personalize it for you, right? Who can help you to make the right decision on retiring or resigning. If you are aiming at resigning, you want it to be personalized. You want to know that this is someone who can help you with tax laws and help you to save as much of tax as possible. You want to know that this is someone who can help you to invest wisely. And ultimately, you want to know that this is somebody who is going to ensure that you never run out. Now, all of this is possible, but the challenge is you only get to know this once you have the experience, right? So again, how do you overcome this trust barrier? And it is very challenging. I see this happening with members all the time who reach out for assistance. I'm specializing in helping members needing assistance on retiring or resigning. Usually they're coming in touch with me when they are 55 or older, by which time, and this might be the case for you, you may already have had some engagement with a financial advisor. It may have been good or not good. Usually members reaching out to me haven't had pleasant experiences. That's the reason that they call out for help. But how do we get to the trust, right? So here's the clever trick that I have for you. We're breaking it down, TRUST. I'm making it extremely easy for you because I want you to understand it. And not just that, I want to make it easy for you to apply now, right? So that you get that immediate relief. The first thing is, I want to get you to a point where you teach yourself the basics, right? You see, when you are in a position where you are stuck, and especially with having to make this decision on retiring or resigning, there is a significant lack of confidence, right? Especially because a lot of this information is brand new to you. You might not know all the details around tax saving. You might not even know where to get started in terms of comparing retirement and resignation. And because of that, you might lack confidence. The problem with that is if you don't have the confidence, if you don't have some knowledge, you are then placing blind trust, right? You're trusting that the advisor really has your best interest without actually checking to see whether this person is specializing in that or knows exactly what they're doing, right? The way to overcome this is extremely easy. You just want to teach yourself the basics. Now, I want to be clear. You don't have to learn the Income Tax Act, right? That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to learn that. You don't have to study your member guide and know the rules inside out. No, I'm not saying that you've got to learn all of that. This is why I mentioned at the top, learn the basics. Just have a little bit of an understanding, because when you have that, now you're going to get to a point of empowerment. And this is the key word, right? You want to empower yourself. You see, when you are empowered with knowledge, then you're going to know whether someone's really interested in helping you or whether they're telling you something that doesn't make sense, right? Now, I know it has been difficult for members in the past, but no excuses for you because you have access to my YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is free, right? It's comprised of resources, of engagements that I've had with members. where I come in and I present questions, I provide you with information, I try and give you as much clarity as possible. In fact, if there's something that's missing, please comment below. Let me know, because I want to make sure that this is a powerful resource. I want it to be the best resource in South Africa for government employees, right? The great thing about YouTube is it is absolutely free. So it's not going to cost you anything to watch the videos. But when you start to watch, right, when you invest the time to watch, you then are going to start to learn the basics. When you know this, this is when you can make more informed decisions. But also when you're sitting in front of a financial advisor, you sort of will know whether this person understands what they're doing or not. So teach yourself the basics, right? I promise you, when you see this, you'll also be able to see retirement and resignation in a completely different light, because you'll understand your full power. So that's the T. Next up, we're using R, right? So TR, request client testimonials. Now, here's the thing. You don't really know if someone is specializing in that area or not, right? You want to get to somebody who's specializing, someone who's a specialist within GEPF, because that's ideal, right? It's sort of like going to a GP if you have a heart attack, right? Ideally, you want to get to a cardiologist because that is a specialist in that particular sector. So same here. You want to get to a specialist, someone who's dealing with this all the time, who's familiar with it, because that is what's going to allow you to save time. That's what's going to allow you to avoid making mistakes, right? Because they've done this on a regular basis. And I can tell you that from myself, right? When I started to specialize in working with GEPF members, suddenly the learning just started to change, because I no longer was focusing on life cover and education plans, right? And it just enhanced my offering. It made me want to learn this a lot better, because it gave me this desire to want to do a deep dive with it. So aim to get to someone who's a specialist, but then you want to know, hey, if you are working with someone and they are showing you that this is what's happening, how do you know that this is actually going to work for you? Because the person that you're engaging with, or the testimonial might be different. And I'll tell you how to counter that just now. But requesting a client testimonial is easy, right? You just want to see, where can you get access to information to prove that this advisor has actually helped another GEPF member and has helped them successfully. Now, I'm going to say this word again. I want you to put it into your mind. It's the word of successfully, right? Not just helping a GEPF member, but have they helped them successfully? And by that, I mean, have they been able to show them how to save on tax? Have they been able to show them how to invest wisely? Have they been able to show them how to grow the capital? Have they been able to show how to create a legacy? See, whatever is important to you, you want to see that client testimonial that the advisor is offering to you, right? To reach out to. You want to see, hey, has this person experienced some of the challenges that you're going through? And if that's the case, did they get the outcome that you are aiming for, right? Now, it won't be 100%, obviously, because every member situation is different. But again, getting the client testimonial is something you can do right now. You can ask for that. And when you're provided with it, this will give you peace of mind. Now, you don't have to get to a phone number to phone a member. You can also go online to get access to information. There's Hello Peter, but you can request for client testimonials, right? It should be easily available to you. Next up, you want to undertake a consultation, right? You want to actually get to a point where you are having this consultation so that you get to see what the experience is like, right? Now, remember, the first decision you want to make is just this choice, right? Should you opt to retire, or should you opt to resign? This is the first decision that you want to make. And you want to start your financial planning experience from this decision, right? You don't want to start. The mistake I see members making is they reach out to a financial advisor when they've decided to resign, right? That's not what you want to do. You want to get something objective on whether to retire or resign, and then a financial advisor should be able to take you through this, right? Now, when you undertake the consultation, you're going to have a gut feeling. You'll know if this is a good experience or not. You'll know if this is someone who you're comfortable working with or not. You're also going to know, hey, is this person explaining the information in a way that's easy for you to understand, or is it very complicated and you don't know what's happening? You see, you're going to trust your gut feel there, right? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a gut feel. You'll know. It's also extremely helpful if you get your partner to come along. So I'm giving you a secret. You want your partner to be involved because you see, you're fully into the situation of trying to decide whether to retire or resign, right? You're already inside the bottle there, so to speak. Whereas your partner is on the outside. and you can't read a label from inside the bottle. So your partner might be able to sense things that you might not be able to sense, right? This is a powerful advantage, right? So you want to get that gut feel, and you're able to do this by a consultation. If you're having to pay for a consultation, it's okay. But notice the cost for the consultation will be small and can be easily recovered if you're getting good advice, right? If it's a free consultation, then you've got no excuses. You should be booking that, getting a test drive, right, to see what this is all about, right? So undertake the consultation. Next up, you want to seek social proof, right? Now, we're living in a society where everything is about social media, right? You can gain access to information on Facebook. You can get access to information on LinkedIn, on YouTube, the channel that you're on right now. You can get access to information on any of the social media platforms, right? All of them. What you're looking for is you want to research about this particular financial advisor, right? Is there any information as social proof, right? Again, you can start looking at testimonials because that'll be helpful. You want to start looking at competence because you can research this. And by competence, you want to have a look at, hey, is this person capable of handling GEPF stuff? Are they specializing in it? You want to look for things like experience. Also in competence, you can have a look at what their qualifications are. See, what type of qualifications? Now, the highest qualification within financial services, the one that everybody, financial advisors aspire to get, is certified financial planner, right? I can tell you it's not easy to get because in order for you to get it, you have to pass a board exam. Extremely hard to do, and very few people get through. But when you get through that, right, if you have an advisor who's got the CFP designation, that then means that this person is genuinely focused on staying in the profession, not somebody who wants to come in here, make a little bit of money and move away. So if you get to CFP designation, it's hard. And I know because I've been through that journey of CFP. Somebody's going in there, it's very difficult for them to want to exit the industry, right? Because they put in a lot of effort behind that. So you want to look for social proof. And then the last one, you want to get to a point where you trial their service, right? Trial the service. So in essence, this is sort of like a test run. See, I'm going to use you as an example here, right? Let's say you're engaging with me and you've watched the YouTube videos and you love the YouTube videos, right? You love how everything is presented. If you do love it, by the way, give me a thumbs up so I know I'm on track. But if you love the YouTube videos and everything's going well, but you don't exactly know whether I'm a good fit for you, right? Maybe you've seen some of the testimonials on YouTube, but again, those member situations different to yours, right? Maybe you've done all these things. For example, you've seen my social proof. You might have undertaken or come through for a Retire vs. Resign Masterclass with me. So you have a gut feel that the things that I'm doing is beneficial for you. But here's the real test, right? You want to trial the service, meaning you want to do this bit of test run. I'll use an example here. It's very, very basic. Let's say you have a certain amount of money that you want to invest. This could be inside of a retirement annuity, or this could be cash that you have had in some type of savings or some type of policy that had matured, right? You can do a test run like this, right? You take the investment, I'll use 100,000 Rand in my example, and you say, hey, Devon, I have this amount of money that I want to invest. It's 100,000 Rand. What can you do for me, right? Now, this is how you trial the service. When you trial the service, you're basically saying to me, look, here's the amount of money. And now I have to start giving you some advice, right? I've got to show you how I can make this 100,000 Rand work for you. And then you want to test this thing to see, hey, what's been the experience with me? Am I explaining things in a way that's easy for you to understand, right? Am I showing you how to save on tax here? Am I showing you how to grow your 100,000? See, that could be any value that you're trying with, right? I'm using 100,000 as an example, and any of these existing policies. But this is a great exercise for you, and here's the reason why. You see, this might be a small value. The amount that you have in your RA, the amount that you have in your bank account or in some type of investment policy, it's going to be small in relation to the money that sits in GEPF, right? Your resignation benefit here, maybe that value is sitting in the millions, right? Yeah, I'll say X millions. Now, when you do a trial run, you're basically saying, hey, invest this money for me, this small amount of money. If you're doing well, then you can go into the big one. You see? The mistake that members make is they leave this to the last moment. I see this happening all the time, right? So X is right now, or this is where we are right now. And they are looking at retiring or resigning, let's say in 6 months. Now, it's a very short amount of time. You agree? It's a very short amount of time. It's very difficult to trial in a short period, right? Especially something like investing, because it should perform well over a period of time. So you want to allow that period. So ideally, as a rule of thumb, you might have heard me saying this before, you want to do this about 3 years before, right? Because that gives you a nice experience to test and make sure that everything's working well. You also got to bear in mind, if for some reason you don't like the experience with the advisor, you need to have time to change to a different advisor, right? So don't make the mistake of starting this trial at a very late stage, right? You want to trial the service a little earlier so that you have some type of experience. Now, I've given you this as a trial. There are all sorts of things that you can trial, right? Any different investment or policy that you have, but you want to get some type of experience to see, hey, is this person capable of handling the work that I have? When you do it like this, now let's imagine that you had this 100,000 and I showed you that the 100,000 value is growing, right? You can see the money is growing. I helped you to save on tax, right? So you're getting money coming back as a refund. I showed you how to do advanced tax planning, right? Which means you're now able to pay the least amount in tax and your investments are growing at a better rate. I showed you how to reduce costs. So all the time, I'm adding value, 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 value. And the more value that I bring to you, the more trust we have, you see? And the more trust that you have, the easier it is for you to partner at that time that you are actually aiming at leaving, right? Again, whichever route, whether you're retiring or resigning, but especially important if you're aiming at resigning. Now, one last thing that I want to share with you, in as much as you are engaging with the advisor and you're looking for trust, right? You also want to ask this question, and the question is centered around you. See, the question is centered around you, and the question is, how trustworthy are you? How trustworthy are you? And the reason I'm asking this question is, you are engaging with a financial advisor, you're asking someone to give you their expertise, to give you their advice, to give you their knowledge, right? Can that advisor trust you? Because remember, that advisor is going to be releasing information to you now, providing you with the information that you need, and you might be leaving 6 months from now. You might be leaving 12 months from now, 18 months from now. So you're getting some advice ahead of time, right? And you're only ending up paying for that service later on. And this is one of the greatest challenges that GEPF members have. And it's one of the reasons that a lot of advisors are reluctant to give information, right? Because with GEPF, it's complicated for members when they're resigning. Money is not paid out straight away. It takes a while for that to happen, which means an advisor is giving information now and getting paid out at a later stage. How do they know that they can trust you? How would an advisor know that they can trust you? You're not going to mess around with them. So this is the last thing that I want you to bear in mind, right? Because we get what we give. If you are going to be a trustworthy person, you're going to get that. Right? So you give that off, you're going to get that back in return. Great. Now, hope you found the video insightful. As always, comment below to let me know what has been really your key takeaway from the video today. Has it been helpful for you? So comment below to let me know. And again, a thumbs up. If you've not already subscribed, please do so. And also share this video amongst other GEPF members, right? The more that this information is passed around, the easier it is for members to start making informative decisions, right? Remember, the first T is teach yourself the basics. So start now, pass this along to one of your GEPF members, friends, colleagues. Let them do the same for themselves, right? I'll see you in the next video.